Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, where we're bringing back the lost art of conversation with the old school sensibility of the Dick Cavett, Johnny Carson, Mike Douglas, Merv Griffin, Regis Philbin way of doing talk shows, sort of bringing up my television and radio background for many years on TV and radio and creating this format here on the internet for all of you to come together, be inspired, entertained, informed, and have a good time with us, which we do. We've done over 550 episodes as of this episode, somewhere around there, maybe even have exceeded that. It's hard to keep track. We do so many shows live and just about 7 days a week. And we do it for all of you to entertain, inform, educate, and have a good time with all of you watching around the world. Our Lovity Squad is tuned in. I see a lot of comments coming in from the JMS Lovity Squad. Those are the real faithful viewers who watch our series all the time. They talk about it on the internet. They share the links. They're here all the time. They wish each other well. They wish me well, our guests well. It's a very cool thing. It's when I said light, love, and levity last summer, a year ago last summer, and I said it too fast. I said the word levity, and boom, the rest is history. I know I've mentioned that multiple times in our series, but we have so many new people that discover us and watch us. You know, I've been doing television and radio and stage and film for years, but this show, even though it's about a year and a half old as of now, is still relatively young and growing by leaps and bounds. Continue to spread the word, gang. Tell everybody about our cool series, quite unique, interactive, live, and here for you with guests from all walks of life, celebrity friends, some really cool people that come in and stop by the Jim Masters Show Live. And we have somebody that's doing that tonight live from New York City, Broadway Hearts founder. She's also with Phantom of the Opera. Yes. Which is very, very cool. We're going to talk about all of that. Jessica is with us in the house, or actually in her house. Hey, tonight we have a different mug. We used this once before. You recognize who's on that mug? Yes, Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, PBS star from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Did many, many shows revolving around, if I can say that word, revolving a Red Room. That's The Shining. Revolving around Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street and all of those fabulous PBS shows. You guys know my affiliation for years still with public television, which I love very much. And so this is our Mr. Rogers mug. I like you, just the way you are. It's really, really cool and wraps all around. We have something cool in here right now, but if you put something hot in there, you know what happens? This suit that he's got turns into one of his famous cardigan sweaters. It's pretty cool. And we have it here. And it's a positive theme tonight because Broadway Hearts does amazing work. We toast all of you. And we always like to have a different mug, a different glass, something different, so we can toast our faithful audience. Jessica is with us, and I just want to let you know she's amazing. Of course, you know her from her work with Phantom of the Opera, right? If you don't, let me tell you that she created out of, her love for the arts and Broadway and so much more. And again, she currently performs with Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. So the fact that we have her now tonight is a blessing because, she's quite busy right about now. And she created Broadway Hearts, which is an outreach group made up of Broadway performers dedicated to bringing entertainment and brightness to extraordinary kids in children's hospitals around New York City. Broadway Hearts is a not-for-profit group of professional performers. They're from Broadway, off-Broadway, television, and film, who share really a common wish of bringing entertainment and brightness to these extraordinary kids who are in treatment in hospitals, actually not just in New York City, but also nationwide as well. That's, again, that's why I showed the Mr. Rogers mug, because I think Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, would be very honored by this conversation tonight with Jessica. Again, she is a, award-winning Broadway performer herself in Phantom of the Opera and has done a lot of work, Broadway, off-Broadway, and more. But she created Broadway Hearts as a way to reach to those who can't necessarily be reached in the normal ways. They believe all children should experience the magic of a Broadway show. And if they're unable due to illness, Broadway Hearts brings the magic right to them. Their art scholarship program provides private art lessons of the child's choosing, things like voice, music, dance, fine art, writing, whatever medium maximizes their healing potential and enriches the quality of life. We're going to talk more about this wonderful organization called Broadway Hearts with its founder, Jessica Rudetsky. And again, she's also a phenomenal Broadway performer. We're very excited to have her here. She's coming to us live and direct from New York City. Now, I see lots of our Lovities commenting. So we're going to check in with the Lovities in just a second. Isn't that a great logo there? Broadway Hearts. Yeah, lots of sunshine, lots of hearts have been touched and reached through the work of Broadway Hearts. Let's welcome our very special guest, Jessica, to the show right now, and then we'll check in with all the Lovities who are commenting away live on the Jim Master Show Live. Jessica, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you for having me, and thank you, Lovities, for welcoming me so with such open arms. I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you.
Oh, Jessica, this is so fantastic to have you here. Maureen says, well, good late evening, dear Jim and Lovity family. It's so nice to be with you all, and welcome Jessica to the show. Let the Lovity begin. She is in Arizona, and Sherry's watching in Kansas, says hello, everyone. Jane's watching in Sweden, says hi, everyone. And Jim, we love that. All these comments piling in here, which is so beautiful. They all say hello to each other as well. Mary Bishop's in Florida. She says, hi, Jim and Lovity friends. And we love this. This is so great. They comment before the show even starts. And I think that is really, really cool. Kathleen Walker's in New York City, and she says, hi, Jim. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. We love that. Thank you, Kathleen, as we welcome our very special guest, Jessica, to the show. Jane says, looking good as always. Thank you. Thumbs up from Jane in Sweden. Good evening. Cool mug. Yeah, the Mr. Rogers mug. Mary says, hi, Jessica, and welcome from Mary in Pine Island, Florida, which is nice. Jessica says, or Sherry says, welcome, Jessica. In Kansas. Jane in Sweden welcomes you as well. Jane. And Poor Devil says, Jessica Radetsky is doing such important work. You know who that is?
That's my brother, yeah.
Poor Devil is your brother?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What's his name? What's his first name?
Sasha.
Oh, terrific. Welcome to the show, Poor Devil. Actually, he should change it, since he's your brother, to Lucky Devil, right?
I'm the lucky one.
You're both lucky, right? And lots to be thankful for with Thanksgiving on our doorstep here. Absolutely. Hi, Jessica, and welcome from Kathleen. So and Sherry welcomes Poor Devil, and Jane's welcoming Poor Devil. As soon as they see somebody new, they jump right in on it. Hello, Poor Devil. Awesome. Poor Devil's going to be a star just like you.
Stars.
So before we talk about Broadway Hearts, let's talk about this extraordinary background. And of course, we have a lot of different friends that are involved in Phantom of the Opera, Satomi Hoffman, and so many others. And I was mentioning to you that I had an opportunity, which was really a cool opportunity through my work with PBS, to work on a really wonderful production, which was Great Performances on PBS. And it was when it was the 25th anniversary of Phantom of the Opera. I co-hosted with my friend and television colleague, Denise Richardson, segments for PBS and Great Performance, which we filmed at the Majestic Theater on Broadway when it was empty. So we were in the aisles with the film crew, and we had the chandelier was lowered behind us. So you saw it behind us while we were chatting. And we did interviews and all kinds of stuff. And it was celebrating the 25th anniversary on Great Performances of Phantom. Yeah. And now here we are, a few years past that. Tell us about
33 years now.
Isn't it unbelievable?
33 or 34. I don't know.
It's just
kind of made my brain a little crazy.
So epic.
Yeah.
It's so absolutely epic. How did you get involved with Phantom of the Opera? How did that happen for you?
So I've been a ballet dancer since I was 5. I started dancing, and my dream was to be in a ballet company, and I tore my Achilles tendon at a young age, and ballet company life was sort of out of the question for me. And I was doing some guesting work for a Nutcracker, and a friend of mine said I had gotten back enough so that I could do some sort of short gigs with ballet. And a friend of mine said, why don't you audition for Phantom? You would know exactly what you were tasked with doing so that you could prepare for that. You wouldn't have to do a full ballet company load on your Achilles. And so I auditioned for the show. I auditioned 5 different times for the show over a period of 2 years, with thankfully the 5th time I finally got the Broadway company contract. The 4th time they offered me the tour contract, and I was unable to take it at the time. But the 5th time they offered me the Broadway contract, and I happily accepted it, and have been with the show ever since, on and off. And they've allowed me to go and do other things and come back, and I've just been really grateful to have such a great job and to be able to dance in a different way than I had expected and sort of dreamed about, but also to be dancing and to have different sort of experiences than I ever dreamed possible. So it's been a really wonderful ride.
Isn't that incredible? Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing? Yeah, and now they just got back in gear too.
Yeah.
Phantom and the other Broadway shows are back in gear. So what is your schedule like now?
Right. So we went back into rehearsal after 19 months or 18 months of being off. And they actually restaged the show, which was kind of amazing. The first time in 30 some years that they re-choreographed and restaged a lot of the shows. So we came back to learning a much new show, different show than we had left.
They sort of freshened it up a little bit. So
Yeah.
if you've seen it 20 times before, if you see it now, you'll see some new things, right?
Yeah, come back. It's a different show. So we were in rehearsal for a month, and then we had our opening night October 22nd, which is really exciting. Andrew Lloyd Webber, they closed down 44th Street, and Andrew Lloyd
So it's like a party, right? He was DJing, wasn't he?
He was.
He was DJ Andrew Lloyd Webber DJing his own party for his own Broadway extravaganza for the Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, and then the dancers, we put our masquerade costumes back on and went up onto the big balcony behind him and sort of go danced for 45 minutes to Andrew Lloyd Webber DJing. What?
Yeah, to see the boss DJing.
It was so fun.
Isn't that funny?
Fun. Yeah.
And they called Bruce Springsteen the boss, huh? I don't know. That night, I think Andrew Lloyd Webber was. Oh, my. That's incredible, huh? So it's good to be back, isn't it? A good feeling.
It's wonderful to be back. And we have the most amazing audiences right now. They are in it. The chandelier rises and they go crazy. And, it's really a great time on Broadway. We all feel very lucky to be there and to be working, and it's a fun place to be. So
good time to be. Now it's holiday time. The city's all getting decked out for the holidays, which is really nice, right? Holiday spirit and everything.
Yeah.
The trees going up. The tree they got from Maryland is coming in, and it's nice, festive, good time to be around in the city for sure.
I think so, and I think we're welcoming tourists back internationally, which is a blessing for us, especially since we're a show that relies a lot on international tourism. So
absolutely,
we would love for everyone to come on back.
Come on back. We're here waiting for you. The popcorn is hot. The seats dusted off. So prior to the Phantom of the Opera, tell us a little bit about those early beginnings where you grew up in the West Coast, right?
I did. I grew up in Santa Cruz, California. I have been very lucky to have a really incredible family. My little brother you just met by text in. My parents are amazing parents to grow up with. Extremely supportive family.
Any of them in the arts themselves within the family?
Yes, in a roundabout way. My mother's a potter and a dancewear designer. My father's a writer. Very, very artistic people, not dancers per se, although they are wonderful dancers. My dad was a fantastic swing dancer, but not professional dancers, but very supportive of anything that we wanted to do. They drove my brother, who also is a dancer, a soloist with American Ballet Theater for his career, and who's now artistic director of American Ballet Theater's studio company, which
Fantastic.
is incredible.
That's Poor Devil.
Yes, he outed himself with that.
There's a little more. There's a little more to that handle, Poor Devil, huh?
I know, it's
Wow.
a poetry handle, I think.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so they drove us an hour and a half each way to our ballet classes. So extremely supportive.
So dedicated and
Absolutely.
supportive,
And
and
yeah, my older brother is a martial artist and a potter, and they were extremely supportive of everything he wanted, so we just came from a very nurturing family.
whatever you wanted to do, whatever your passions were, they were there to
Absolutely.
support, believe, and help you get there,
Yeah.
right? Which
Yeah.
is
I mean,
beautiful.
couldn't have been luckier, really.
When did you come east? What was the initial thing that brought you to the East Coast?
Yeah, so I from the time I was 10, I went to School of American Ballet Theater for the summers. School of American Ballet, the New York City Ballet School for the summer programs.
Right.
And basically from that, the moment I came to New York, I was like, oh, I want to live there.
This is my place.
This is where I want to live.
Yeah.
So it was kind of everything just to get back here. And then moved here for a short stint as a teenager to train, and then sort of moved back and forth wherever the training was, and then ultimately came back here as a late teen, early 20s to live permanently. So I've been here for most of my life.
Most of the life. So what was the initial big project, big gig, big event for you in New York that really sort of set things in motion for you, Jessica?
So I had a few dancing jobs here and there in New York, but Phantom was really the big one that solidified my residency here. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been with Phantom, since 2002. So I've been with Phantom
It's been
for
that long.
a
Wow.
long
Yes.
time.
Yeah. So you've seen all the different people who've played the different parts and roles, sort of weave in and out as they move to other things. That's incredible, huh?
The best friends of my whole life at Phantom. So
Yes.
it's been a monumental part of my life. I've made some of my dearest friends. I've met the love of my life. I've had this unbelievable job. I've had the idea to create a foundation, which is now a second passion in my life. I've had, Phantom has been this sort of umbrella entity that has created this wonderful space for me to, have all these really incredible experiences.
So you're coming up on 20 years with the Phantom of the Opera next year, right? Yeah. 20
Wow.
years. What a lot of gigs, on television, movies, stage don't last that long. So what a wonderful experience. And you have the joy and passion and zest for it every single time. What an opportunity. And of course, blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of work.
Yeah.
We all make all of these things look so smooth and easy because we want the people who consume it to have to not worry about any of that and just be swept off their feet and taken away from the chaos and craziness of life. But behind the scenes of even the most simplest of things, there's so much care and attention, time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears. So this didn't just happen, by happenstance. Obviously, you're very talented, you're passionate, you give 110% in, but for it to last this length of time is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah,
You pinch yourself every once in a while.
Yeah, of course.
It
goes beyond comprehension, right? I'm the luckiest. Yeah, I that is not lost on me.
What would be one of the maybe, obviously in any of these industries, especially when you're live, which I love live television, live radio, live everything. There's just something about the energy of live and feeding off the energy of an audience and all of it. What would be something maybe that crazy that happened during these almost 20 years live, where something happened with a set or just something happened while the performance was going on or beforehand?
Oh, sure. I mean,
You're
there's so
probably
many,
a book
so
filled.
many things.
He's gonna have 2 hours for that. What are you talking about, Jim? Every night?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there are so many things. I mean, just the other day we had to stop the show in the middle of the show. That's maybe the second time that's happened in my almost 20 years.
Yeah.
That's happened, yeah, because we were having technical malfunctions. But our beautiful Megan, who plays Christine, was just it was just after her big cadenza that she sings at the end of Think of Me. And she goes down to her knees in sort of a thank you prayer sort of position. And our stage manager had to go and take her off stage because we were stopping the show. She was so confused. She was like, "No, this is not where I go. Where are you taking me?" And she tried to take our stage manager to the spot on stage where she's supposed to go next. She was like, "What are you doing?"
Something's a little off here. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of funny. We also had this is one of my favorites is in the angel the angel comes down. We have this big angel that comes down
Yes.
into the sort of airspace above the stage where the phantom like crawls out of it and does this beautiful aria to Raul and Christine. And one of our phantoms used to suck on certs, the certs.
Certs, yes.
Throw
Two
certs.
mints in one.
Spark, right? That's like the famous thing with certs is if you throw them, they'll spark. And right before that whole scene that he has to do that, the girls have a little ballet number, so we're dancing. And he was watching us, and the certs fell out of his mouth and fell right into the middle of where we were dancing and just completely sparked. And it kind of shocked us because we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know if something was on fire.
And the entire theater started to smell like what? Spearmint or peppermint?
It was so funny, but nobody knew what was going on. We didn't know exactly. And then he got on the PA system at intermission. He was like, "Oh my God, girls, I'm so sorry. That came from my mouth." That's a good one.
Kind of like the word "lovety" came out of my mouth.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just have to spit it out and look what happens. Sparks fly, and the rest is history, right?
That's right.
That is
there's
cool.
so many things. I mean, so many people going up on lines and making up crazy words. Not as good as levity, but
you mean they like forget a line and they have to cover?
Oh yeah, and just come up with like gibberish. Those are my favorite. I think are the gibberish ones where you're like, "Oh,
cue up the music, make the music louder. We forgot the next paragraph."
That's what you came up with for that? Okay.
That's right. You're the conductor. Up the music a little bit. Okay. Now we remember the lines. But it's crazy. It's very Broadway shows are very physical as much as they are mental. There's a lot of physicality to, many of the shows. I remember when I was invited by a dear friend, you probably know Doug Denoff, of course, and 39 Steps when he was invested in producing that. And the amount of changes that, I mean, it's just there's only a few characters, but the amount of changes they have to do with the costuming and the sets and everything is extraordinary. That's like, give them a Tony no matter what.
Agreed.
It's like, very, very physical. And you think about it, how many shows, like for you, what's a typical schedule? They do the shows all the time. Generally, when things are okay, there's the matinee, there's the evening, there's the weekends, there's the daytime, nighttime. Are you there like all the time, or do you get a couple of nights off? What would be your rotational schedule? Don't even go further, Jim.
Yeah,
I haven't had time off for 20 years, Jim, and my feet are killing me.
No, we have one cast where they're the only person in the show that has an alternate is the Christine, because she actually doesn't ever leave the stage, so she needs someone to.
So anybody that has gone to see the Phantom of the Opera on Broadway in New York City over the last almost 20 years, they've seen you.
Most likely.
That's you.
That's me.
That's her. Wow, that is amazing. How do you stay healthy and fit? And, what is some of your routine, your training to make sure that you can have that stamina and that energy, the muscle memory to, take that on in that grand form that you do, Jessica?
So I go through phases. Sometimes I'll be like really hard at the gym, and sometimes I'll be a little bit more lax. I always have my same warm up that I do at the theater, which consists of a ballet bar, and then some sort of like sit-ups, planks, that kind of stuff, like calisthenic stuff, which gets me warmed up for the show. But I sort of vary through what I do outside of the show. Sometimes I'm like really, really hard with what I do outside of the show, and then sometimes I just listen to my body and think, oh, I have to pull back a little bit. But yeah, but I sort of go through. I realize now that I really go through phases, and
Yeah.
yeah, and it's either really extreme or it's one or the other. I'm sort of not a middle person. I tend to do things
It's got to be one or the other, right? To keep the energy and motivation. So now with like this week, at the time of we're doing this show live, but again, people can watch this anytime, of the year. Um, Thanksgiving is coming.
Yeah.
So, and the holidays are coming.
Mhm.
So are you off now for a bit with the
Oh,
holidays?
no, we
Do
actually.
you at least get a slice of turkey at a deal or
Oh
what?
yeah, I just went shopping today, and I got a whole big Thanksgiving feast that we're gonna prepare before our show on Thursday. So we're gonna be a little sleepy on Thursday, but hopefully it'll all be
So the show goes on Thursday on Thanksgiving Day as well.
and
Yeah.
Christmas Day as well.
And Christmas
Mhm.
Day and yeah.
Yeah.
So when do you generally get off? Is there a time that you yourself like to plan, summertime, or when you get to see the family and spend time for Jessica?
So we all, with our contract, we get 2 weeks off a year. So we can kind of plan that for whenever we want that to be, if no one else in the show is out, or however it can sort of work out with our show schedule. So I don't know when it's going to be this year. Yeah, I haven't sort of thought that far in advance yet. I don't know. We'll have to, yeah, think about that.
Toby's watching in California in Encino. She says, Jessica looks like she's sitting in a cute nook.
Oh, thank you.
Are you in a cute nook? It looks like a set with like a window and a plant, and it's like
I'm
you're in
in my kitchen.
you're in your kitchen.
I'm in my kitchen.
That is perfect. They're all welcome. They're all welcoming poor devil as well.
Oh my God, I love it. Sash, look what you did.
See, well, I'll have to have him on the show
You
too. Talk about
should.
his
Oh
incredible
my gosh.
career. That'd be
You would,
awesome.
yeah, he's amazing. And my
So,
sister-in-law too. Oh my gosh, she's
what
incredible
what
too.
does tell about her?
Yeah, so she was a principal with American Ballet Theater as well for many years, and now she's the artistic director of Kotzebue Cultural Park in Tivoli.
Oh,
And
fantastic!
yeah, it's an amazing, amazing place. Well, she's amazing. I'll put you in touch with everyone.
She's fabulous. Yeah, wonderful, and we always have a good time on our show. Throughout all of this, you did something. You could have been, just resting on the laurels and just kicking back and working hard as you do with this extraordinary career and this fabulous, connection with a Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. However, your soul said more. I need to reach people more. And you created this. Tell us about this, which I know, pun intended, is near and dear to your heart. Um, you created this just a couple years ago, and it's really grown into something absolutely epic and really, really beautiful. Tell us about the inspiration for creating Broadway Hearts and what it's all about, and just take
I
us through
know.
the germ of the beginning of it, because it really is an amazing story.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, so well, we lost my dad to pancreatic cancer about 12 years ago now, I guess. It feels like it could be yesterday. It's one of those.
Lost an aunt to that as well. Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's a quick thing.
it just is. It's a crazy.
Bill Bixby,
Yeah.
Michael Landon
Yeah.
passed of
It
that.
just
Yeah.
is. It. cancer doesn't discriminate anyway. Pancreatic
No.
cancer is just like it's so aggressive. So
Yeah.
I lost my dad, and he was such an incredible source of joy in our lives, and I knew that I wanted to create something to honor him,
Yeah.
but I didn't quite know how or what. A cancer foundation was sort of a little too raw for me. But I started doing a lot of outreach in the cancer world, because I have the BRCA gene, and that predisposes me to a bunch of cancers. And so I sort of dove into that.
Did you, I had heard that is there a scan or an MRI or something that you can go to and have done? I know my brother-in-law's talked about wanting to get that done. He's not concerned about it, but just he's very, like I am too. I'm a great patient. I'm like, whatever you want to scan, poke, prod,
Yeah.
and they do say, look at your family history, parents,
100%.
grandparents, aunts, uncles, to see how you might be set up in certain ways. And there might be things you can do to counteract or what have you. But is there a scan or something that can be a predictor?
For pancreatic cancer?
Or for, like you said, that you have this certain,
So I had a genetic test that
you had the genetic test.
I had a genetic test done, yeah, to see if I carried this gene, and I do. There are specific tests for all different kinds of cancers. So if you're concerned about a specific cancer, you should for sure talk to your doctor about that, because chances are there's a very direct test that correlates to that kind of cancer that you can have surveillance for.
I have to tell you, the genetic testing is extraordinary. I had an opportunity in one of the things that I do with my professional hat to go out actually to California, to Calabasas, to this really cool place called the Hope Health Center. And they work with people who have pretty much exhausted all these different avenues of cancer treatment. And they are very big with genetic testing. And they're able to, like you're saying, give people indications not only of the precursors, but also if there is cancer present through the genetic testing and what they get from that, customize the approach to the cancer. So as opposed to just doing the broad stroke usual, the chemo, the radiation, all the other, but really customize the treatment for the person with the breast, the bone, bladder, whatever it is, which is incredible. I was so blown away. It was one of the most touching stories, and I was the host and the journalist and the interviewer and the producer and all of this, and I was knocked out on that flight back from West Coast to East. I was just like, this is wow kind of stuff. Beautiful stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's the future. That's the
It
future
is.
of cancer care. It's very close, but it's also in the future, far in the future. So people still need to do what's available to them now as far as, what we have for surveillance. But that is totally the future, is customized cancer care.
Absolutely.
It's exciting. It's really exciting. Yeah.
It really, really is. So, like you said, you've been witness to this and this
So
experience. Somebody you went to school with is watching, Duncan McPherson.
Duncan, hi Duncan. Oh, what a sweetie. That's awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in.
That's a cool name, isn't it? Duncan McPherson.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh,
That's a cool name.
Guy. So sweet. Thank you.
He's watching. Good to see you. Welcome to the Jim Master Show Live, Duncan. Cool to have you here.
Sweet.
And of course, when the Lovedies see somebody new, welcome Duncan and welcome Duncan and welcome Duncan. So they're welcoming Duncan and poor Devil. Devil and Duncan.
What a wonderful group you have. What a very sweet family you have. Yeah.
We really do. The Lovedies, I know.
Yeah, the Lovedies. I love it so much.
The residual of turning on these lights and creating this show 550 episodes ago. It's just really amazing stuff. So Broadway Hearts through all of this.
Yes. So I knew that I wanted to do something to honor my dad, Peter, our father. And, the years went by, and we have Make-A-Wish kids that come to see Phantom. And those evenings that those children come to see the show are really special. We have the option to stay after and meet the kids and take them on a backstage tour, or just have a meet and greet in the house, depending on how mobile, how able they are. And those experiences were always something that really stayed with me.
Sure, yeah. Probably
Yeah.
moved you deeply. What was the first hospital or location that you went to? The very first one you got a chance to go to?
Well, so it took me, when the idea came, when I sort of thought, why should like these kids have to come to us? Because we would have Make-A-Wish kids cancel their trips to see the show, and that was sort of what was the impetus to start Broadway Hearts. Was that like, why should they have to come see us? So it took about 6 months for me to convince hospitals that we were legit.
Right.
That I was like, no, I really want to bring Broadway performers in. We're okay. We're okay.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So
did you have to do a dance routine or something and sing something
so
from
crazy.
Phantom to prove it? Or
Yeah, I really had to like jump through hoops. But I understand. I totally understand. And better safe than sorry. And
because they're always approached by so many people, probably.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And you said that you like animals, so
Oh, is the cat coming in? They love cats and dogs and birds and turtles and everything on the show. Who do we have here?
this is Alex. Hi, Alex. Alex, say hi to everyone. Oh,
Hello, Alex. This is your 15 minutes of fame. Do something.
He's not so excited to be on camera. Okay, that's enough. He's not a performer. He's the one in the family that's not a performer.
That's just sort of head of security for the house.
Whatever.
That's it. But hey, got on, right?
Yeah, he got on. He came in.
How much does he weigh? That's a good workout right there. Just lifting him.
We've been trying to get him to lose a couple pounds. He weighs,
look, see?
Mostly fur, I will say.
You know what happens?
He's only like 12 pounds, but he's just very
once you show a pet or a child on this show, you become second fiddle to the cat. Hi, Alex. So cute. What a beautiful cat. Gorgeous. Such a beautiful cat.
I love it.
Dana in Ontario, Canada. Hi, Alex. Does he have his own zip code? Big kitty. Jen in Pennsylvania. Cute kitty. Ken and Jen have our black kitty, Cole. Sherry Larson in Kansas. Gorgeous. Linda Odell in Florida.
Thank you.
Such a beautiful cat. Kathleen Walker, New York City. What a beautiful cat. And hi, Alex. So cute. From Mary Bishop.
You, Mary.
And Maureen, who is a nurse in Arizona. She's one of our faithful lovelies as well. She's all excited. Her daughter just got married about a week and a half ago. And after many years as a nurse in Arizona and on the front lines during COVID and the whole thing, she's retiring in like a couple of weeks. So it's been a big year for Maureen, our viewer. Love it. She says, what amazing work your foundation does, Jessica. I admire your kind heart and generosity. I'm sure the kids who benefit from what you do have an experience of a lifetime, and that coming from somebody in the healthcare world themselves who appreciates it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I do. They, the kids that we visit are so extraordinary, and they are, it puts life into perspective in about 2 minutes, less than that.
Yeah.
When we visit with these kids, and so we feel really grateful and really honored to be allowed to do what we do. And when the pandemic hit, we had been, so I started the nonprofit in 2017, and then we became sort of a full-fledged nonprofit, legit, legally in 2018, and then sort of expanded to 5-6 hospitals in New York City and the Ronald McDonald houses, basically just local in New York City. And cool backdrop. And
this is a professional operation here.
And then the pandemic hit and we thought, oh no, what are we going to do? This is so sad. I mean, not only were we all out of jobs personally, because we're
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
our membership went from, when I first started the nonprofit, it went, we had maybe 15 people, which were just my friends, to now we have 90 some members, all professional Broadway and, theater performers.
Incredible.
Um, and we thought, how is this going to impact us, and how, we were personally all out of jobs, but we didn't want to stop. We didn't want to stop visiting with the kids, because that was, something that was very fulfilling for us.
Yeah.
And we also saw the difference that visiting with these kids and singing with these kids and
It's
having,
incredible.
having a little break from
Yeah. If
their
you,
lives and their treatment,
yeah,
what that did to them. And so,
it's
um,
incredible. If you
yes.
lean to the left a little bit, we'll see your head. There you go. The picture sort of, yeah, it's like musical chairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are
And
we seeing here? This is fantastic.
so this is a picture of us at the Ronald McDonald House with some of our cuties. There are a bunch of our Broadway Hearts members, with maybe 3 or 4 of the kids that are living there, and their families. And throughout the pandemic, this is at Hassenfell Children's Hospital. And a lot of these kids come to us as the last thing they do before they go to surgery, which is kind of
I like
incredible as well. So
the
they,
marquee is like Radio City Music Hall. Yeah. The way they do that children's hall.
there,
Incredible.
the new facility at Hassenfeld will blow your mind. It is so beautiful.
State of the art.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really beautiful. All the kids' rooms look out over the water, and it's really, as soothing and calming a place as a hospital could possibly be for a child. So this was our annual Christmas Eve visit at Mount Sinai.
Oh, that's
With my
nice.
brother and sister-in-law in the back with me, and then some of our members in the front with their two therapy dogs. They're so cute. That's the professor and I don't know if that's Otis or Milo, but yeah, really wonderful traditions that we've created with some of the hospitals, which is really great.
Are you doing that again this year too?
Oh yes, we'll do it on the Friday the 24th.
Oh,
It'll be virtual, but
Christmas Eve.
oh yeah,
You'll
we
be
do
there
it
on
every
Christmas Eve. Wow.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
beautiful. Wow. It's
Yeah.
like a visit from Santa almost. Wow.
This is at Sloan Kettering Kids with some of our members. Satomi, there's Satomi.
Oh, yes. Tommy Hoffman, who was,
Huh?
remember, a guest on our show as well. She's
Yep.
fabulous.
Yep.
Wow. That's awesome, huh?
Yeah, we have just the most amazing members. And Satomi actually spearheaded a really incredible program that we did over the pandemic, where we did collaborated with families at the Ronald McDonald houses for to make music videos. And
That
they,
is so cool.
yeah, they did the song that they loved, and then we all sort of did, individual videos, and Satomi and another member, Jeremy, put them all together, and they are unbelievable. If you guys
Really
go to our
good.
YouTube page, they're all on our YouTube page. Oh, Elizabeth, and one of her favorite girls at the Ronald McDonald House, this little 2.5-year-old brain cancer patient who just is the most joyful, beautiful
Yeah.
little girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I would imagine you get attached to them too, huh? You can
Oh
get it.
yeah.
And sometimes you see them, you'll go back and they're still there maybe, or what have you, and they remember you guys, or
Oh yeah. We have patients that we've known since our very first hospital visit at Mount Sinai. We have a patient that we've known since day one who's still there.
and they look forward to you. Yeah.
Mhm.
When are they coming? When are they coming? They probably ask the staff too over and over. When are they
Yeah.
coming back? When are they coming
Mhm.
back?
Yeah.
How often do you go to any particular place?
So Mount Sinai, we visit once a week.
You
And all
do?
our other hospitals, we usually visit twice a month, between once or twice a month.
Wow.
That's Phantom.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and Hannibal scene, the Hannibal scene from Phantom.
Tell everybody which one is you. They're probably trying to guess.
Oh, I'm in the right on the back, looking at the screen on the right in the
Isn't that incredible? How long does it
back.
take to get into that outfit?
Oh,
In the makeup, the
yeah.
hair, the whole thing.
Oh, the makeup and the hair. The makeup takes me like maybe 10 minutes now, and then the it's a wig, so it's just pin curls. I pin curl my hair, and they put the wig on. The wig actually, I do it in. It's a quick change for me because I go from being a nurse character to this character, and so I run from after the auction. I run downstairs, put the wig on in like 30 seconds flat. Pin it all as I'm running.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's all very glamorous,
like-
very glamorous.
That is amazing. If all now,
That was our Good Morning America appearance.
oh, that's right. Good Morning America.
That was
You-
so fun.
What was that like? That had to be pretty cool, huh? On
That
those
was
steps.
So fun on the TKTS stairs. That was a 5 a.m. call.
Yep, absolutely.
Walking from our
That's
theater.
why it's Good Morning America.
Walking from our
good
theater
morning.
in our masquerade costumes.
Yeah.
So
This
fun.
was when?
This was right like the week before we started, so it must have been the week of like October 15th.
So this is
or something like
recent. Yeah.
that. Yeah, that
Wow.
was so fun.
And still warm enough too. It wasn't nippy like it is now.
Well, it was great. Yeah, it was perfect.
And did you get calls? People respond and said, I saw you on Good Morning America,
Oh, yeah.
GMA.
Oh yeah, it was so fun.
Was Robin there in the game?
It was a gentleman, actually, an extremely handsome gentleman. And I don't know his name, but he was quite handsome.
I was supposed to be there, but I was on air elsewhere.
Were you really?
Probably on PBS.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
or CBS or one of them.
or one of your
That-
millions of,
That is
gigs.
funny. That's a very cool shot. So is this one.
That's the Jazz Age lawn party.
I always love the guests. I love the guests' reactions to the photos or video, whatever it is, because they never know what we're going to show and they never know when it's going to happen. So it's just like, ooh, it's fantastic. That's a cool shot.
I danced with a 1920s dance group called the Canarsie Wobblers, and we danced at the Jazz Age lawn party amongst other gigs. But it's like all 1920s, teens and 20s and 30s dances. It's so fun.
Cool.
It's like my love. It's so
Duncan
fun.
saw you when you were on Good Morning America that day.
Oh, thanks, Duncan, for tuning in. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really, really cool. That is a fantastic shot. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. This is so much fun. Oh, this was when we were dancing with DJ Andrew Lloyd Webber. He did a total, I don't know if you've heard it, but it's like this awesome 10-minute remix of the title song from Phantom.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yeah,
and then
pretty
he
amazing.
Curated a whole set of like his favorite songs, which included "Who Let the Dogs Out."
I was just about to say that.
Teeny weeny yellow polka dot.
I was just about to say "Who Let the Dogs Out" when I saw him, clips of him DJing. I wish I had known about that night. I would have definitely been there. But it just looked like nothing like that had been done before. That was something really, really special.
Yeah. Well, our press guru, Michael Borowski, is a DJ, and he on his own time, he's this fantastic DJ. And so that was like right up his alley to sort of create this really cool opening night thing. And they closed down all of 44th Street. It was like,
which in New York City is a very rare thing to do, right? Closing down a whole street, but
it was really fun.
Very, very memorable. Yeah, it's one of the blessings of the situation, I guess, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Having some fun here.
So this is, so we took everything online, and hopefully we'll be able to go back into the hospitals soon. But this is what a visit looks like online, and it's so much fun, and we have these amazing performers. We have Aya Ibaraki in the left and hand corner. You can see her with her puppets. She's this puppetress who her dream in her life is to work with children in children's hospitals. And so
I love that idea.
yeah, so when we met, I just thought, what is my great fortune, meeting this woman, because she's so incredibly talented, and she makes all of her own puppets, and
I'd
she,
love to have her on the show. That would be
oh my
fantastic.
gosh,
With
me
my
love her.
public television background with the Muppets and Sesame Street, all the puppetry, and
I will 100% connect you, because she is unbelievable. She has a heart of gold. She makes the most amazing puppets. They all have different voices. She sings like a goddess, and she's like this unbelievable woman. And she comes to all of our visits, and we've created now this special visit for just her and her puppets that we do aside from our Broadway Hearts visits, that we're trying to get into all the different hospitals as well, because she needs to have her own show. But so that's sort of what a visit often looks like, is that we do sing-alongs, we do Broadway Hearts Bingo, we do all these different shows that with the kids, and they call in and they text in, so it's all still very interactive, which is what the main goal for us is to be as interactive with the kids as possible.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, so the kids will request songs. The kids will, call in and chat with us. And so taking it online and making everything virtual hasn't slowed us down at all. It actually has made it so that we have expanded at a rate, as we were talking about earlier, that has been astonishing to me. And it has blown
You're blown away by it, right?
Yeah, I can't believe it, and I'm so grateful. Like it just yeah, I mean, we're
a lot of fun in this photo too.
Yes, I mean, so this is
that Kids Zone TV.
This is Kids Zone TV at Mount Sinai. So a lot of these hospitals have these really wonderful in-house television circuit TV stations. So, and Ryan Seacrest also has created these really wonderful in network television stations for these hospitals. And so
that's awesome. I didn't know Ryan did that.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And so there are so many hospitals now, that we just live stream into, and then the kids get it on their closed circuit TV, and it's been unbelievable. So we have regular programming at all these different hospitals nationwide, and I have a list of hospitals that we are lined up to join. Once I can actually just get sort of the manpower to facilitate it. Like we've expanded at a rate that is a little bit beyond our.
It's grown exponentially because of the need, and
and
sort of
it's
beyond you could never have scripted this.
I just can't tell you how incredible it's been. And we're at a point now where we're looking at taking on some sponsorship and becoming like an actual full-fledged foundation. So it's really exciting. It's incredible. Blows my mind. It blows my mind.
I mentioned that when I was doing the introduction, they come from Broadway, off-Broadway, film, television. Tell us about some of the people and where they come from that actually participate in this, which is absolutely awesome. And some of the things that you do, is it all song and dance and performance? Do people come in and maybe read stories to the kids, or what are some of the
so most of
various programs and things?
So most of our visits are based around songs, so based around a half an hour of singing. But we do like I mentioned Broadway Bingo, which is bingo is giant in the children's hospital circuit. I don't know. They like are obsessed with bingo. So we've created all these different bingo boards for them, which are playbills from different Broadway shows. And so
Oh, that's cool.
we get to sing from those Broadway shows. So it's like infinite material, basically, since there are so many shows, songs from the shows. So we do Broadway Hearts Bingo, and then we do these sing-alongs where the kids get to request whatever songs that they're interested in. But beyond that, I've created workshops for the hospitals as well, and those have looked like circus skills and puppetry and orchestra workshops. We've done makeup tutorials. I mean, you name it, like we've done it. It's been kind of incredible. So we've sort of run the gamut of what we can do. Like if there's a need for it, we'll try and facilitate it. But the main focus of Broadway Hearts is just bringing Broadway to the kids, in whatever form we can do it. So that's our base is singing with the kids.
That's really cool, huh?
Yeah.
Gee, wow.
I know.
So it's hit nationwide now. Is it? First it was New York City, and now you're getting inquiries from around the country, I would imagine.
Yeah, we're in hospitals nationwide now, and we're
unbelievable.
We're continuing to add hospitals all the time, and Ronald McDonald houses as well. The Ronald McDonald houses are there and there. The work that they do is amazing, and the families of the kids participating is really special. So we are very happy that we get to continue to include them.
Joan says she's one of our lovelies watching the show. I'm happy to meet a real angel. We need more people to follow your example. Thank you. Duncan asks, do the kids like classic or newer musical songs?
Great question, Duncan. It varies actually. So we have a lot of, pretty much every visit, we have to sing Frozen and we have to sing Moana. That is a given. And then it depends on who's there. So sometimes we'll get like a real theater buff, and they'll be like, we want, such and such from the old school musicals. But most of the time it's newer musicals because they're a younger age. And so it'll be like the Beetlejuices and the, sort of newer musicals. But there's always the sort of standby of like, a Lion King, a Frozen, Wicked, there has to be like the regular, the golden standards.
The golden standard. Anything from Hamilton at all?
Or? Oh, always Hamilton. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. And you should hear Satomi, actually, who was a guest on your show recently. She can do like from A to Z of Hamilton.
She's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's really a super talent in so many different ways, huh?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're so lucky to have her.
So what do you see as the future for Broadway Hearts? And like you said, donations help as well.
Donations are amazing. Every penny that we, that comes in goes straight to our visits with the kids. The future for Broadway Hearts is trying to get us into as many hospitals as possible, trying to facilitate just becoming a real full-fledged foundation, and trying to sort of flesh out the core group that we have, and making sure that we have members at every single visit in as many hospitals as possible, and having like a budget to be able to facilitate that. I see a pretty large growth in the next couple of years for us, which is really exciting. We've partnered with the Make-A-Wish Foundation as well to help them facilitate their Broadway-inspired wishes over the pandemic. And so that partnership will continue to expand through, hopefully throughout the next several years as well. That experience in my own life, helping them, was really profound. So I would like to also sort of incorporate that more into Broadway Hearts to do some sort of wish giving, a little bit more of that in our own foundation. One of the wish recipients that I helped them create experiences for lost her battle in August with her disease, and sort of helping her live her last few months in the most exciting way, I guess I should say, or can say, as possible, and the most memorable way as possible was a really, I felt very honored to be able to be included in that, and I'd like to continue to be able to do that for kids. So I would love to be able to have Broadway Hearts also have a little budget to be able to do things like that. So there's a lot I see for us.
And how much time, during the day, because here you are, Phantom of the Opera on Broadway consumes a lot of your time, and then you have to eat and sleep and comb your hair and take care of Alex, and there's things like that. So how are you able to balance it all and budget the time and everything? Because any one of these things can be definitely all consuming, huh?
Yeah, it's all consuming. I mean,
I know it is. Yes.
As well.
Here we are at 9 o'clock at night, and we're still doing our thing, right? You and I. On the eve of Thanksgiving and all. Yeah, it's all part of it, right?
That's it. It is.
But you do try to balance your time, right? How does Jessica find peace, zen, and solace? What are some things you like to do away from the glitz and glamour and all of it for you?
I'm a beach girl, so anytime I can get to the beach is my super happy place. And then I also,
Me too. I'm a beach guy. Yes.
I mean, isn't that just the best place on earth?
Yes, it is.
There you are.
Yes, it is. Yep. Yeah, I swim, surf, boogie board, sail. You got to drag me out of it. Once we were that's on the South Shore of Long Island, but once we were in Florida, we go to Florida all the time because there's family there. I was in the ocean. We were swimming, having a good time, and the family started packing up. And they're like, "Okay, Jim, we're getting ready to go." Or they said, "Jimmy, Jimmy, we're getting ready to go." And I said, "Why are we going? Why it's still like the middle of the afternoon. What's happening?" They said, "It's starting to rain." I said, "But I'm already wet. I'm in the ocean." They said, No. There's thunder clouds approaching, Jim, behind you. And here in Florida, you run and duck because it's dramatic for about 15 minutes, and then it dries up. So I had to come out of the ocean then.
Were you able to come back in 15 minutes?
I think we did. For a while. Actually, I remember when we were kids, we went to Disney World, and I think it was like high school or something. And we drove down from New York in the family car. My parents drove. And we went to this place called Wet and Wild in Orlando. I don't even know if they still.
Like a water park.
It's like a water park situation. Yeah. So Wet and Wild, and it was really cool. And we visited Disney World a whole bit, Gatorland, all those things. And all of a sudden these clouds came out of nowhere. And here everybody's soaking wet, and it's wet and wild. And it became wet and wild within 5 minutes. Black clouds, thunder, people running for their cars, ducking under tables. It was torrential, tornadic. And everything just shut down. The slides, within 20 minutes, it dried up. The park was back open, and people were back in the pools and the slides again. It was like,
that's amazing. Wow.
Yes, I know.
Fun.
Jane and Sweden says, Jim, you should create a Lovity medal for this angel for her work.
Oh,
Absolutely.
how sweet
Dana,
is that?
yeah, she's watching in Sweden, and Dana
Wow.
in Canada. The heartbreak must also inspire to make a difference and know you made it better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always it inspires, like, beyond. Yeah.
Duncan says you can take the girl out of Santa Cruz, but can't take Santa Cruz out of girl. That out of the girl. That's kind of like what we've always said with New York. You can take the New Yorker out of New York, but you can't take the New York out of the New Yorker. I can't tell you how many places I've gone around the world on television projects or family vacations, and it could be the most remote place, and you always end up meeting somebody from New York or
Yeah.
New Jersey or something. They're just passing through, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Uh, you're the Lovity princess, according to Dana. Yes. And Duncan says, I am in Orlando. What he's saying is true about the
That's
deluge of, I
that's
mean, it's
true.
epic. The clouds are big and low and dark. And it's, I'll say to the family, it's looking a little, up north, we'd be ducking. It would be breaking news up here. And because we're in the Northeast, like you are, I'm in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. And so but in Florida, they're like, it's just another rainstorm. Don't worry about it. Boom, psh, bomb, bomb. 10 minutes, it's over. Everybody's back at their picnic.
That's
Always
crazy.
around, especially Orlando. It's like around 2 o'clock, 2:15, 2:30. Then it heads over to the East Coast where the family is. It's funny. Well, this is really beautiful. Now, do you get a chance to go to the other locations yourself as well and visit the other hospitals, and especially
So
with the
I
schedule
haven't,
that you have?
yeah, I unfortunately I haven't had a chance to go to our new hospitals around the country. Hopefully, at some point, I would love, love, love to. Obviously, our New York City hospitals we've been to a million times and hope to be back to soon. But yeah, our nationwide hospitals, I cannot wait to go to. Hopefully that'll be, down the road when I don't know when we'll be able to actually go back into hospitals to
That's
visit.
true, right? Exactly, because of the COVID situation.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Some family members can't even go in when somebody's having a procedure. You got to wait out in the car. Then they text you when it's done, and then they wheel the person out, and then you pick them up at the door and you scoot away. Yeah,
yeah,
it's we're still in that
it's gonna be a while, I think.
sort of in that arena. What are
Yeah.
some of the things that during this crazy time of COVID and everything we've experienced the last 2 years? We've talked about it a lot in the show as far as like some of the things we've all learned about ourselves. I keep saying I hope that we return more loving, kinder, more empathetic, more unified, less divisive.
Yeah.
And we listen to one another, we collaborate and create. What are some things that you've been able to do to stay creative, connected, collaborative, and sane through all of this? And what are some of those teachable moments that Jessica learned about herself during all this time, especially the
Yeah, I mean,
downtime?
all those things that you mentioned, Jim, are the goals, right? I mean, that's what we all should aspire to be. So write those down, post those someplace, please.
We call those masters mantras.
Yes, as a reminder, please. Those are beautiful. So yeah, I mean, to stay creative. So we actually have had this really wonderful outlet of Broadway Hearts throughout the entire pandemic. We had about 3 weeks where we were not doing anything, where we were trying to sort of figure out what we were going to do before we took everything into the virtual realm. And then after that, it just went from, 1 or 2 visits a week to like maybe 7 or 8 visits a week, where everyone was singing all the time. And then it was, let's do this music video with this family. Let's, create this special one-on-one visit for this patient because she loves this artist from this musical, or let's do this special, little shout out for so and so. And so we just were, really busy working all the time for these kids and trying to be as creative as possible and making their lives better. uh, And that was the biggest gift that I could have ever gotten over the pandemic, because it, allowed me to expand my own heart in a way that was helping, these kids, but also, giving me something that was, had, it was just boundless. So I'm sort of feel like I was the luckiest person in the world through all of it. And, the creativity of my volunteers, that we all collaborated together to do some really amazing things throughout that time. And everyone was in the same boat. We all had lost our jobs, and we were all trying to figure out what we were going to do, but we all had this outlet. And so everyone was sort of really in it to, make the very best product that they could do for these kids. And the outcome was just fantastic. And so, feeding off each other's energy, and, seeing how our visits affected the kids, and then getting the feedback from the child life specialists, and then also seeing how, we just started to get phone calls unsolicited from other hospitals asking if we could, be a part of their programming as well. Just sort of solidified that what we were doing was good and warranted, and it was great. So, so all the things that you listed,
Yeah.
and sort of and then some. So, yeah, I feel really lucky that I got to do what I did over the pandemic.
Absolutely
Get back to
beautiful.
work. I mean, how great.
Right, exactly. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, it's inspired you. How is doing Broadway Hearts and being involved in it and founding it maybe changed the way you look at life, or maybe even changed your performances at all, enhanced them in some way?
Sure. I mean, for me, I thought in my life that dancing would be probably the only thing that I would have that just burning passion for. Felt like, well, I've had that thing one time, and will I ever find that again? And with Broadway Hearts, I feel like I have had that lightning strike twice with me, which, I mean, how lucky am I to have that happen? So I, moving forward, I get to put that kind of energy into this foundation, and try and grow it. Now, I'm not a business person, and I have no training in business. And so what takes me 3 days to learn, someone with a business degree could probably be like, oh, that took me 2 minutes to tell you how to do that. So, things
Right.
probably go a lot faster than they do, but here we are. So,
That is funny.
so hopefully I can eventually, once our budget gets to be a little bit bigger, bring on some people that truly know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You surround you. It takes a village, right? It really
Yeah.
takes a village.
Yeah. So it'll be
Absolutely.
great. I'd love to be able to bring on a staff at some point of people that do these things for a living.
The website, if people want to learn more, maybe donate, is it broadwayhearts.org?
It is, yes. Please
There it
drop us a
is.
line, drop us a line, donate, come read about us. We're on social media at Broadway Hearts on both Facebook and Instagram. All messages come to be.
Come
All
directly.
things
The
come to
buck
me.
stops here.
Exactly. I am a one woman shop. So,
You
um,
are.
but
Yeah.
please, reach out. I obviously would love to speak with you all. So, yeah.
Are there any other things, a couple of people I think had this question earlier about bucket list things that you still would like to do yourself, whether it's a production, a performance, or just anything that you see for Jessica?
Oh my gosh. You know, performing wise, I love the 20 stuff that I do. And you know, if something came along that you know, Broadway wise or you know, something like that that came my way, I would probably jump at it. But I don't know that I will go after anything else performing wise. I really have found this huge passion with Broadway Hearts. So I think probably that will be what I focus on going forward. Um,
And may
I,
Phantom live on forever, right?
yeah, I
Oh,
mean, Phantom is such a wonderful it's such a wonderful job, and I'm so happy there. And I'll definitely stay for as long as I, you know, I'm happy and they're happy with me. And you know, once Broadway Hearts gets to a place where we can, um, you know, sustain ourselves, then we'll see. But for the meantime, I'm in a really good place.
here's a question that came in from Jane. She says, how many hospitals are there that are not and are not involved in your project? I guess it would be kind of hard to know how many aren't, right?
Well, there
You
are
could
too many that are not involved. Too many.
yet,
There are many
until
that
you knock on their door.
exactly, exactly. There will be many more soon. Right
Do you
now,
see this as something international?
oh, without question, absolutely, yes. And there, so I was really, really lucky to be gifted this incredible marketing campaign, which has been sort of linking me up with different corporations for potential sponsorship, and sort of opened my eyes to the potential of partnering with different corporations and stuff like that, which opens the door for all kinds of
Very
so
important, right?
yeah,
The
so
corporate support.
absolutely. And you know, a lot of these people are overseas, and but there are children's hospitals, and a lot of children's hospitals that are um, incredible, that are overseas, that I would love, love, love to get us into. So that is 100% on our list. So that will happen. That will happen.
You heard it here first on the Jim Master Show Live. Jessica Rudetsky has
Yeah.
got a mission. She's on a mission. And it's a
Absolutely.
beautiful one too. It really, really is.
Thank you so much.
So again, BroadwayHearts.org is the website to learn more, to participate. Absolutely. It's a beautiful, beautiful organization, and lots of levity there, Jessica, that you're
Thank you.
pouring out. And are you back with Phantom tomorrow night?
Yeah.
You are. So
Come on back. Come on and see
how early
us.
do you get in? How early are you there to, get ready
So
and rehearse?
yeah, so we have well, if we have rehearsal, then we start usually at 12 or 1 for rehearsal. Go to about 5, and then we have a 7 o'clock show. So I usually get there about an hour early to get everything done
To
for the
get
show.
everything all sort of
Mhm.
situated.
Yeah, get my
Wow.
body warmed up and the face on, and
Well,
yeah.
we say, the holidays are coming up, and it's oh, poor devil says, thank you so much, Jim, for this terrific interview, and thanks, Lovities, for the warm, enthusiastic enthusiasm for Broadway Hearts. More, Alex, next time, please. Yes, we got to have more.
Always.
Wonderful work that you do, Jessica. And thanks, poor devil. And wonderful work that you do, Jessica. Thank you from Mary in Florida,
You, Mary.
and Jen in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Jessica, thank you for spending time with us. Come back soon.
You.
And Kathleen Walker, thank you, Jessica, for doing all you do. So
Wow,
inspiring. Bless you. Thanks for being here with us as well. Beautiful stuff.
amazing
Yeah,
group to have. Wow.
it's a good, good group of people.
Wow. Amazing. Really lovely people. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. And again, BroadwayHearts.org is the website. I encourage everybody to go. It's a great website. Been there, and you can make a donation, you can learn more, participate, roll up those sleeves. And this was awesome, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me, Jim.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. And we're going to keep the porch light on for you. You're welcome back to join us
Thank
here
you.
at Lovety Hall on the Jim Master Show Live
Oh,
anytime. we're doing something quite special and unique here, and really enjoying it. And spread the word for us about the show. We will about BroadwayHearts.org. I hope to see you in person soon. We're right here, in the tri-state area. And I hope the show met whatever expectations you had and you enjoyed the time with me as much as I have with you, Jessica.
I loved it. Thank you so much, Jim.
Oh, my pleasure. There's somebody here that just wanted to say good night as well, who stops in usually towards the end. Mr. George Burns is with us. She's laughing so much she doesn't have any air to make the laughing sounds. There's George. There he is with his cigar and all in tow. This was my aunt's. She collected dolls, and when he turned 100, she collected him too, and it got passed down to me and the family. So we sort of include Georgie at the end. He said, "You knocked it out of the park, kiddo."
Thank you, George.
And remember, he played God too, so you got God on your side.
I love
God
it.
in the movie.
Can't beat that.
So George sends you his best, and I send you my best as well. And one more toast with this Mr. Rogers mug here. Fred Rogers would be proud of you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Best of the holidays and happy Thanksgiving. Best to you and everybody at the Phantom. Spread the word. Maybe we'll get some more of that gang on the show as well.
Absolutely.
And more from Broadway Hearts. But a toast to you and Duncan and poor Devil and all of our lovities and everybody joining the party tonight on the Jim Masters Show Live. It was a blessing. Really, really a blessing. You take care. You be well. We chatted about almost an hour, well, a little over an hour and 20 minutes. Doesn't feel like that, does it?
At all.
That's what the guests say. They're like, what? Never.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Jane says, next time you come to us, Jim will surely have a lovely medal for you. Thanks for being here for us, Jessica, from Jane watching in Sweden.
Thank you, Jane.
Good stuff. Take care, Jessica.
Thank you, Jim.
You're doing beautiful work on stage and off stage as well. Really cool stuff. It's just, you're expressing the essence of who you are, which is a spirited soul. And that's beautiful stuff. And again, the parents and the family set that tone, and you picked up the baton and the rest of your family and running with it. That's beautiful.
Thank you so much, Jim. I so appreciate your time and having me on.
Pleasure was all mine. You take care and you be well, and we will chat again soon. And Duncan says a Tony for Broadway Hearts. Absolutely, Duncan.
I'll take it.
All right. That's in the works. The Tony people are listening. Well, we say you can get Tonys, Grammys, Emmys, Peabodys, all of these awards, Oscars. But when you receive a lovity on the Jim Masters Show Live, I mean, how does it make you feel? Are your feet tingling?
Yes. There's nothing better than that.
The lovity. You got the lovity from everybody and from me. So it's like, Tonys are good, Grammys, Oscars, Emmys, all good stuff. But a lovity, you can take it right here. It doesn't go on a shelf. It stays here.
Right. That's right.
The world is lucky to have you, Jessica. Keep shining from Maureen in Arizona.
Thank you, man.
Good stuff. She's going to need a Kleenex soon, gang.
Oh my gosh.
You take care, Jessica. Okay. Thanks for being with us on the show.
Thank you.
And have a good holiday.
You too.
Bye-bye. Jessica Rudetsky live here on the show. Yes, from Phantom of the Opera and also, of course, BroadwayHearts.org. Now, she has been with Phantom of the Opera for almost 20 years. We're going to definitely have her back before that. But when she celebrates the 20th anniversary, we've got to have her back and have a party for her here on the Jim Masters Show Live. We always like to celebrate. BroadwayHearts.org is the website to, if you want to donate or you want to check it out, feel free. Lots of levity there on that website. And beautiful work. You may never have known this organization even existed until now. And that's why you always learn something new on our show. But it was really, really awesome having her here on the show as our special guest. And you can see some of the work, as it's happening, and some of these wonderful stories behind the scenes too that Jessica was sharing with us. Really cool stuff. And this is just some of, what goes on and what they do. And of course, there's a little bit from Phantom of the Opera itself as well. And that's a cool shot. Oh, we didn't mention that one. We got to mention that shot. Tell us that shot. We forgot that one.
We forgot this one. So this is with Frank Shankowitz, who was the creator and a co-founder of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And he passed a couple years ago, or actually last year, but he was my mentor. And he was a board member on Broadway Hearts. And I mean, I was gobsmacked when I met him. I didn't know who he was when I met him. And then I was actually at a conference speaking about Broadway Hearts. And he was at a conference speaking about his life and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And you know, one of the inspirations for Broadway Hearts was the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So and Make-A-Wish kids coming to see the show. And so to meet him, I was like, what is happening right now?
This is like, yeah, a full circle moment.
Yes. And he immediately just took me under his wing and, you know, helped me with everything and anything, and was like, here's my cell phone number, text me anytime. And then when I sort of this was in the very, very beginning stages of Broadway Hearts. And then he was like, I want to be a board member. And I was like, are you sure? What? What? And he's like, absolutely. So then he came on board, and I mean, he just blew me away at every turn. I was so, so, so grateful for him. He was really an incredible human being. Yeah.
I saw that photo and I said, we have to get that photo in when we breezed through, and we didn't show that one. I said, that's very important to have.
It was
that
really
one.
amazing. And this was at the premiere of a movie called Wishman, which was the story of his life that came out about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, it's a great movie.
There's a reason why we meet those who we meet. You know, we always learn something from one another. Really, absolutely incredible stuff here. Dana in Ontario, awesome show, fantastic foundation. And Maureen says, what an incredible human Jessica is. Her beauty shows in everything she does, both on and off the stage, a true definition of levity.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you wish we could print these out? I haven't figured out a way that we can print the comments out, because there's a few I want to keep too.
Amazing.
Print these
oh my
out.
gosh.
I'm going to work on that next time.
Just so kind. So kind. Thank you.
It's beautiful stuff.
Thank
Take
you.
care again. Once again, this was your encore coming back, right? You always got to have an encore, right? She's still in that comfortable, cute nook. She's at the kitchen table. Fireside chat at the kitchen table with Jessica Radetsky. You take care, my friend, and we'll talk again soon, okay?
Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you, belovedies. Thank you.
Absolutely. Our pleasure. Be well. All right.
Too.
Bye-bye. All right. Yeah, that was a very important photo we wanted to show you guys. It had a very important story behind it. So Broadway Hearts, yes, probably captured your heart tonight with Jessica Rudetsky. A real pleasure to have her here on the show. We loved having her here, and talking about some of the other guests like Satomi Hoffman and others who've passed through as well. If you've never been to Phantom of the Opera, you should go. It is one of those epic, you know, Phantom of the Opera is a Broadway show, but it's actually become a destination when visiting New York. It's considered like a tourist attraction now. Some of the Broadway shows that have really stuck around for years have done that. Kathleen Walker, she did our super sticker, super emoji, super sticker, super chat. When we're on live and you're chatting in the chat section, like many of you are doing, there's something called super sticker, super chat. It actually helps support all the work we do here on the Jim Masters Show live, and the hours and expenses and everything we do, putting these epic shows together almost 7 days a week. Thank you for that, Kathleen Walker. That's a cool color too. It's like a teal. Great show. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate that. That's very beautiful for you to do that, Kathleen, in New York City, in the Big Apple. We'll have to go to Phantom. You've been to Phantom, Kathleen, right? As I've mentioned, Kathleen and I have hung out, and we went to Rachel Ray, actually. We were on the Rachel Ray show. Yeah, it was cool. Kathleen works for the New York Mets, my team, who didn't do so well this year. Can you talk to the management for me, Kathleen? Straighten it out. Mary Bishop says, another wonderful show. Good night, all. Mary in Florida, you as well, and everybody. Jane in Sweden, great show tonight. Thanks. Good night, everyone. And Jim, thank you as well for all of it. Oh, good. Okay. We'll have to go to Phantom. You've never been to Phantom of the Opera, and you're right there in New York City, huh? Yeah, it's epic. It's something else. And the songs you hear in your head forever, and the songs have been interpreted by so many orchestras and singers and performers. All I ask of you, music of the night, and so many more. Uh, Great stuff. Andrew Lloyd Webber, at his best. All right, gang, this was awesome. Really, really great. And we appreciate all of you being here. Gang, again, there's if you've missed any of our episodes, there's 550 episodes. Check out the episode when the Pointer sisters were here. Anita and Ruth Pointer joined us. That was epic. And Judy Tenuta, the love goddess, comedy legend, she was with us as well. Linda Pearl was on the show recently with Patrick Duffy, which was a surprise. Iconic TV and film actress and singer. We had a great time with Linda. David Osmond, yes, son of Alan and nephew of Donnie and Marie, was with us here on the show recently. He also hosts Wonderama. Coming up next week, actor Nathan Butler is going to be with us. He's starring in NCIS this month on CBS. He's also been on the soaps and so much more. Kelly Conway, daughter of Tim Conway from the Carol Burnett Show and so much more, was with us recently. She wrote the book, My Dad's Funnier Than Your Dad. She was live from California with us. It was epic. Cassandra Carroll was with us celebrating Marilyn Monroe. That was terrific too. And so many great guests that we've had. I mean, this is just a really short list of the many, many, many guests we've had on our show. And we're very excited about all of them. I've got some surprises up my sleeve with guests that are coming up very soon. You're going to be very excited. So enjoy. Let's check out a couple more comments and we'll wrap things up. And Kathleen Walker says, have a great night. Good night, all, and hugs. You too, Kathleen. And I'm so happy to have been here for the live show tonight. Thanks, everyone, for the warm welcome back. We always keep the porch light on for our guests and our lovelies, as you know. Maureen, it's been a busy time for you. You were getting ready to retire. Your daughter was married recently. I love you all and send tight hugs to all. Have a wonderful night. Sweet be your dreams. Absolutely. Christine, good night to you and Jim and all the lovelies. I have to catch this episode in the archives. I know you were busy with elsewhere. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving. You as well, Christine, and everybody else. As we always say, gang, help us grow, share the lovity, tell everybody you know about the Jim Masters Show Live, entertainment lifestyle talk show series, bringing back the old school talk show variety show style with a modern twist to today, right here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, a channel dedicated to entertaining, informing, educating, and inspiring, as we always love to do. And don't forget to give this episode a like on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to Jim Masters TV. Click that notification bell so you never miss any of our episodes, live or otherwise. And leave a comment for us, too, on the actual YouTube channel. That helps us out big time when you leave a comment on the channel. You're on the YouTube channel right now, so drop a comment on the channel if you enjoyed this episode with our special guest, Jessica Rudetsky. She was amazing. A couple of things we do before we head out. We always say, don't forget to smile. Don't forget to share that famous JMS Lovity. Find your Zen place. We talked about that. Jessica loves the ocean. So do I. And of course, number one is always time with loving family and friends. Also, I love tennis and music and baseball and food and gardening and writing, and my career in television, radio, stage, and film over the years is also very Zen for me as well. A couple more comments and we're heading out. All right. You have a great night, Kathleen, and good night all, and hugs to you as well, and to you and you and you and you. Thanks for being with us. We toast you one more time with our Mr. Rogers mug tonight. I like you just the way you are. Kind of like the Billy Joel song too, right, gang? Don't forget one more time to subscribe. We appreciate that. And you guys be well. Have a beautiful holiday. Thanksgiving is at our doorstep. And we may do a pop-up show tomorrow. We don't have a show scheduled, so because I have a busy day on television and radio tomorrow, we might do a pop-up show. So look for that. If so, we'll announce it on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. Follow, like, share, subscribe, all that crazy stuff. All right, gang, we will see you soon, okay? On the next episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. We love you all. Be well. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.